The #1 Caribbean destination, some of the world's best beaches, with the warmest people on earth. That's our country, Jamaica. During the next 6 days, we observe Tourism Awareness Week, an industry that rakes in major foreign exchange and provides thousands with employment. We start off the week with a message from Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett.
Tourism, my friend, is a cornerstone of Jamaica's economy.
Plus, an engaging discourse on behavior modification you don't want to miss. I'm Theodore Henry, and this is Jamaica Magazine. Stick with us. You'll be glad you did. When an industry contributes to the economy $2.5 billion, that's reason to celebrate. Going forward, let's look at what's right and how to increase the earnings. Up next, Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett rallies the nation to support this very important sector. Please, listen up.
My fellow Jamaicans, this week we place special focus on undoubtedly Jamaica's most important sector, tourism. Yes, this is Tourism Awareness Week, which runs from September 25th through October 1. This year, it will be observed under the theme Tourism for All, promoting universal accessibility, which underscores the firm direction we have taken just 6 months in office in broadening tourism's reach to positively impact the lives of as many Jamaicans as we can. A social media competition, a Tourism Action Club Teachers Appreciation Function, and the official launch of the National Community Tourism Portal are just some of the activities we are engaged in as we celebrate this critical week. The ministry and its agencies will also highlight initiatives such as the National Beach Development Program, which provides full access to some of our island's best beaches for all Jamaicans and visitors, including persons who are physically challenged. Another important undertaking is the development of the Tourism Linkage Network, which seeks to ensure that more Jamaicans have the opportunity to be a part of the sector and reap the many benefits. Tourism, my friend, is a cornerstone of Jamaica's economy, and its short, medium, and long-term contribution to growth and development forms a major part of our government's prosperity agenda. Tourism remains the largest source of foreign exchange earnings for our economy, earning $2.5 billion last year, while providing tens of thousands of jobs and fueling numerous other sectors such as agriculture, manufacturing, transportation, and entertainment. This year, we project that Jamaica will receive about 3.8 million visitors and earn revenues of over $2.5 billion. I know very well that despite these numbers, many of you are skeptical about tourism and its impact on your life. That is why I have championed the call for a change in how we do things and a firmer resolve to focusing energies on areas that will better spread the benefits of tourism throughout our entire nation. It is a sector which benefits all of us. So it is critical that we all protect it. After all, tourism is a sector that has the potential to stimulate wide-scale economic activities, drive new growth in our communities, generate the jobs we need so badly, and earn billions of dollars in foreign exchange. Tourism is therefore ideally positioned to become a powerful catalyst for improving the socio-economic conditions of our people. Friends, my many years of experience as a public official, my years at the highest levels of the United Nations World Tourism Organization, including as Vice Chairman of the Executive Council and Chairman of its affiliate Board of Affiliates, as well as my many interactions with tourism leaders and experts from here in Jamaica and around the world, have provided considerable knowledge that has influenced our strategy as we seek to develop this sector moving forward. I have spoken of the 5 pillars of tourism growth, which my ministry and our agencies will focus on in our efforts to transform the island's tourism sector and achieve significant growth. These pillars are tapping into new markets, developing new products, promoting new investments, building new partnerships, and renewal of our human capital. Underscoring these 5 pillars of growth are 5 networks incorporating several key sectors that will better integrate tourism with the people of Jamaica and thereby better spread the benefit all around. These 5 networks are gastronomy, yes, food, sports and entertainment, health and wellness, shopping, and knowledge. My friends, that renewed architecture of pillars and networks will be enveloped by the need to strengthen and expand linkages with our local agriculture sector, yes, our farmers, and with our manufacturing and services sector. Importantly, we must aggressively push multi-destination tourism as a response to the new global tourism realities, including the gradual rise of Cuba. My friends, in recognition of the need to incorporate as many Jamaicans in tourism and ensure they enjoy its benefit, our soon-to-be-launched Spruce Up Jamaica program will aid greatly in that effort. The Spruce Up Jamaica program was an initiative of the Ministry of Tourism while I served as minister from 2007 to 2011. Its emphasis was on the physical environment, mind, body, and spirit, community development, partnerships through entrepreneurship, and promoting our heritage. It is against this background that the program is being revitalized with modifications geared at strengthening implementation and monitoring for greater impact. It is geared towards the country's growth and prosperity agenda with a focus on creating integration among industries and programs that impact the tourism industry. It seeks to facilitate sustainable livelihood through job creation, sound environmental practices, the participation of communities in local area development, facilitation of small and medium tourism enterprises, and effective integrated marketing communication, a vehicle indeed for building out an inclusive industry. My friends, let me repeat, our vision incorporates building out our 5 pillars of tourism growth, underscored by 5 networks, fused with the need to strengthen and expand linkages with other sectors of the economy, an effort to drive multi-destination tourism while ensuring that the benefits of the growing tourism sector is shared with the people of Jamaica under a revitalized Spruce Up Jamaica program. Our efforts are already bearing fruits. Our visitor arrival figures continue to rise, and our tourism earnings are pacing ahead of arrivals. We have also seen several confirmed developments taking root in the tourism sector, including plans to add close to 12,000 new hotel rooms. Many, through our shovel-ready initiatives, are on track to be built out over the coming months and years. This means jobs, growth, and development. My friends, yes, tourism for all, promoting universal accessibility is our mantra. We are firmly on track, and I call on you to partner with us in our quest to transform the lives of so many of our fellow citizens through a rejuvenated and inclusive tourism sector. Thank you, and God bless you all.
So this is Usain Bolt, the fastest man in the world, 9-time Olympic champion. I just want to say, big up Jamaica magazine.
One of the reasons we're often called the warmest people on the planet is because we live our unofficial motto, no problem, man. But as mortal beings, oftentimes we get knocked by the challenges of life. In-house with us on Issues and Answers is behavior modification coach Trevor Smith. He'll be providing us with some useful advice as to how to remain motivated.
Thanks for joining us for Issues and Answers. I'm Ian Boyne. The issue of values and attitudes is such a crucial one. How do we relate to one another? How do we work together for economic growth, for prosperity? Crucial issues. And we have with us today a man who has been studying these issues for decades, has a lot of expertise in this area. Trevor Smith is a behavior modification coach and columnist. And we talked to him about some of the critical behavioral issues which impact on economic development. Thank you so much for your company. Trevor, good to have you on set.
Thank you.
The importance of our attitudes, our behaviors on competitiveness. Usually when people talk about competitiveness, they talk about just the economic factors, the economic indicators. You see it much more broadly.
Yeah, and I am concerned because I did an analysis recently and we compared Jamaica and its ranking as against the top 12 countries in the competitiveness index. Mm-hmm. And some information jumped out that indicated that there was a huge difference in the behavioral styles, the behavioral orientation of Jamaica as against the leading countries in the competitiveness index. And my concern really is that this information is not in the dialogue at all. It's not in the discussion. When we're looking at economic growth and we're looking at all of these factors, this behavioral component is completely missing. And yet it must be critical, I believe, because, for example, there is a stark difference in terms of a move towards compliance as against innovation, creativity. That stands out immediately. When we look at the population and we look at the statistics, Jamaica, for example, has 2 to 3 times the number of persons who have a preference for compliance, conscientiousness, rules, regulations, as against countries like Sweden or like the US, Germany, those countries who are in the top 12.
That's a good thing. Wanting to play by the rules and to be compliant. That's a good thing. Why are we putting a negative spin?
My concern is that we do need...
Your concern is more conformity. There is this attitude of conformity which can sometimes stifle creativity.
It's not only that, but it also cripples us. If you just think about...
Give us some practical examples.
I'm going to give you some examples. Let us just think about the whole issue of... All right, I'm going to start with a simple one and then move up. Okay, so we are in a bank and the lines, people are piling up in the bank, the lines are unruly, okay? The thinking is, let us put lines, put things into so that the line is more orderly.
Yes.
Would it have been better for somebody to sit down and look at queuing theory and so on and to see technology and say, why do we need to have these people piling up in the thing? You see what I'm saying to you? We're looking for a compliance approach. Let us bring order to the banking hall, the same amount of people, but just let them queue up more orderly, as against let's get rid of the queue.
All right,
That's
so-
that's a thought.
Yeah, all right.
You don't seem to.
Well, I don't know. I think some people would say that we have a problem with not enough compliance in Jamaica.
Maybe, but
So-
but all I'm just saying to you is that not only then is there the overpopulation of compliance-wanting individuals, but there is a significant, again, like a half in some instances, of people who like what we call the I style, which is more innovative, creative, and so on. The danger with that is that that's the kind of style that's going to think out of the box. That's the kind of style that's going to bring the creativity to the process. And those persons are actually being swept aside. Yeah. I give you a concrete example. I was doing a workshop with a media enterprise. I have to step carefully. And the CEO, well respected, indicated that they would not knowingly employ somebody who liked to use the I style, who had a preference for the style.
Innovation.
Yeah, and that's can you think that's a media house?
Yeah.
Which you would want to expect to see.
Yes.
But so part of the problem is that we are now moving persons out who embrace this freedom of thought, this difference. Yeah. And it starts early, It starts early. It starts from in school. For example, you might be too young to know, once a job has been begun, never leave it till it's done. Yes. Which means basically the problem that a young child with the I style would start to read maybe a book. It's not so interesting, so they put it down and go and read another one. No, you can't do that, because once the job has been begun, never leave it till it's done. Yeah. One thing at a time, and that well done. All of those things are drilled into us. And yeah, they have value, but it also is critical. The other thing would be shading. No, you can't let your thing go outside the box. In other words, if it runs out, or if you're shading and you take up a purple cow, no, cows are not purple. I'm just saying to you that kind of conditioning
begins early. Just conformity, sticking by roots.
And that's part of the challenge. Let me tell you where my interest in this thing was peaked. It actually started I'm part of extended disc, right? So in order to do these psychometric analyses, these behavioral analyses, you have to have validities done, reliabilities across populations. So when we started out, when we did center up our population, the information came back that, whoa, something is wrong. We're out of whack, in the sense that we had far more persons in the compliance area and far too few in the I style, the creative, innovative, whatever it is. And I immediately said, no, I understand it fully, because at that time the analyses were primarily done on maybe supervisory persons in the workforce who are on the upward thing. And I said that it came back from plantation. Go back to leadership in the plantation.
I want to break it at this interesting point. We're talking about behavioral styles and how these styles affect competitiveness, economic growth, crucial matters we discussed today on Issues and Answers. We take a break, but we'll be right back.
The Ministry of Education, Youth and Information is committed to ensuring that every Jamaican child has the best learning environment to thrive, and needs your cooperation to make the education system work successfully.
What are the school's voluntary contributions for?
Co-curricular and sports activities and school development.
What amount are parents to contribute?
Your contributions are voluntary, and the amount depends on the type of programs being offered by the school.
If my child is being denied access to school, can I complain to the ministry?
Yes. You can call or visit any of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information's 6 regional offices, or send an email to complaints@moey.gov.jm.
What support is there for PATH students?
PATH students are not expected to make contributions and are to be provided with 5 days free lunch as of this year.
Parents and guardians, do continue to make your voluntary financial contributions to your children's school. The institutions need your assistance for their school development and sporting activities. Remember, every child can learn. Every child must learn.
We're speaking to behavior modification coach, company executive, and columnist Trevor Smith on values and attitudes issues, the connection between behavioral styles and competitive outcomes. So it is perhaps no accident that the areas of sport and music, where we have more creativity than compliance, more out-of-the-box thinking, more zigzag thinking, that those are the areas where our competencies are known most globally.
That's an interesting point.
What it is creative industries
is that
properly
the
named.
authorities have not been able to
control
impose.
those,
Right,
precisely.
exactly.
Yes,
precisely.
yes.
That's
they have done remarkably well.
Precisely, because they have had the freedom
Yes,
to
absolutely.
so that the authorities have not been able to impose the compliance, the rigidity, and the whatever.
If you even look at the history as to how SCA was created and how Rocksteady was created, it wasn't through any orderly means at all. The guys were experimenting, and they came up with these sounds.
Exactly.
So you're saying we need to be more creative, and we need to allow in the workplace greater spaces for out-of-the-box creative thinkers.
The problem is that I did some work in another country with middle managers, middle personnel in government. Not one of the group had this orientation, I-style preference, because they would have either been fired or weeded out. You don't grow in government unless you are focused on compliance. Just think about it. As I was raising the point about coming from plantation. In the plantation situation, basically the leadership was about just counting. It's a shopkeeping count. You count sugar, flour, animals, slaves, and send out reports. And of course, you make sure that everybody complies through threat and so whatever. So we think that we have progressed, and then we go to self-government. What were the leaders in self-government supposed to do? Again, keep records, make sure that everything is orderly, etc. It's basically, that's the legacy that we have coming, and we haven't shaken it. If you think about it, if you ask a Jamaican, what is your idea of a good manager? And they will tell you, it's somebody who
gives orders.
That when you come into think about it, when you go back to school, think about the discipline. Discipline is not about empowerment. The teacher who commands discipline is somebody who instills fear. It's not somebody who says, okay, fine. I want, whether I'm here or not, I want you to be reading, doing your work, etc. That kind of leader, that kind of teacher is laughed. They're not respected.
We love the strongman leader.
Yeah, but the whole idea behind the strongman leader, and Dettelford, talk about the marronage kind of thing, is that think about the teacher who, if he happens to leave or she happens to leave and go to the staff room, as soon, we send somebody to look through the window to see when they're coming back, and then there's disorder. And that's basically is what is happening. This when you don't empower people to be self-controlled and manage on their own, that's what happens. And that's where the marronage thing comes in, is that here, boss, is your tea, but you don't know what is in it. you know what I'm saying to you? That's what we have done, is that we have imposed things without empowering people.
Yes.
And as a result of that,
it's not sustainable.
It's not. It's not.
Yeah, because if you're going to be transferring the values, that can't be done through fear. People must really own those values and internalize it.
And that's part of the challenge that I think we have missed the boat. For example, again, I mentioned the talk show issue, where instead of readying people to ask questions and to challenge, we actually tore down the respected authorities before. And so we have no basis now for order. And that's why people can drive on the left, do all the whatever it is. But back to the core issue of why are we not competitive? Why are we so far down the competitiveness index? And when we look at the statistics and to see the leading countries, we see this stark difference in terms of behavioral style. that definitely we are far more oriented towards compliance and far less oriented towards...
we need to bring you back, because on the other hand, we want to talk about the importance of teamwork, of collaboration, and how important those are. We're speaking to behavior modification coach, columnist, company executive Trevor Smith. Will be having him back on the show to continue this illuminating discussion. We thank you for your company today. Next week we'll be back. Until then, Ian Bourne wishing you a pleasant day.
The Caribbean's leading destination, the Caribbean's leading cruise destination. You guessed right, that's Jamaica. The country captured the lion's share of accolades at the 23rd Annual World Travel Awards for the Caribbean and North America. The function, which was staged in Jamaica a little over a week ago in Ocho Rios, saw Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett receiving the award for the Caribbean's leading personality for outstanding services to tourism. And the Jamaica Tourist Board was awarded as the Caribbean's leading tourist board. The island was also dubbed as having the Caribbean's best spa destination and was recognized for having the Caribbean's leading cruise port, leading home port, leading airport, and leading meetings and conference center. In the award bag was also the government-owned Malaya Braco Village in Trelawney, which grabbed the trophy for the best new Caribbean hotel.
Tourism is indeed a service industry. And this is one industry in which Jamaica has both the comparative and competitive advantage. Jamaica is tourism.
Jamaica is a winning tourist destination, and the government will continue to ensure it's the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business.
I present to you Couscous by the Right Honorable Louise Bennett Coverley. Go on, girl! You favor take a regal. How are you going to do? You and your booger, you got friend them think me afraid of you? Go away! You favor Eng Parnell. And me, you come for trace? Me is just the one to take me hand and leg up on your face. For me, I no join church. I mean, I pay license for me mouth. Me will tell you about you. See a girl, nobody get me out. Me no know what kind of church for your mouth could I join. You let them be end down like a when you can't make up in mine. Go on. Me and you no come below. Your foot shapeless and long like smaddy tan for and fling them on and they hang and wrong. For your foot, if you have a capital K, go on your two nose hole. Then this big hot mouth like Miss Jane outside fish bowl. Go away, you can't boil soft egg, but still you want to get a ring. No man not going to married to you when you can't do a thing. I grudge, you're grudgeful. Me can't cook, but me didn't go a good school. Me got intelligence, you illiterated fool. Me sorry for the man you get. The poor thing wouldn't yam. Why you hockey but he selfish and boil it was he yam. Aye, aye, aye.
Here's your dose of inspiration for the week. Recite these lines when challenges arise. Start by doing what's necessary, then do what's possible, and suddenly you are doing the impossible. While you think about that, head over to our website at jis.gov.jm. It's your source for more information on things that matter to you. To watch our program again, click on our YouTube channel. You may also check out our other social media platforms. I'm Theodore Henry. Have a great day.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.